Deep-sea fishing, the most dangerous job in Britain. It's an industry worth £300 million a year.
Winners are never quitters, and quitters are never winners.
In this series, 3 celebrities are going on a life-changing adventure.
It's a bit rough and ready.
I didn't think it would be as dangerous as they said.
It was horrifying.
I must be absolutely barking.
As they join the crew of a British trawler.
There'll be no preferential treatment for this, guys.
Really dangerous. Go over the edges. Death.
Battling to make money in the brutal North Atlantic.
Shark in the water. Yeah.
They'll share exhaustion.
Sometimes you gotta hurt to be alive.
The guts and the glory. As they find out what it takes
Borderline torture.
to catch the fish that feeds Britain. So far, Genesis has filled just 42 boxes of fish, way short of her target for the trip of 1,000.
Okie dokie, boys, on the haul. Away the haul.
Unknown to the celebrities, the boat has now moved to new fishing grounds, 50 miles west of Shetland, where skipper Alan hopes for a change of luck. By first light, they've arrived, and there's no time to waste. But the Celebs are nowhere to be seen on deck.
4 a.m. in the morning. Heading into day 3.
Apparently only one of the celebrities are up. I can guess who that would be. That'll be Shane. I know who it won't be. That'll be Ben, I would imagine, but yeah, I could be wrong.
Thanks for waking me up, boy.
I'm not wrong, it's Ben. Yeah. I'm not impressed. Ben was in his bed long before our guys. So he's a bit of catching up to do as well. He's already in the back foot.
Being awake for each haul is the basic requirement for any crewman, even after just 1 or 2 hours sleep.
Nobody woke me up. Very annoyed.
These guys were dragging their heels and that annoys me.
Last night, 39-year-old Ben had a bout of seasickness brought on by gutting fish. 20 minutes late, he's the last of the crew to get up.
You had a long way in, did you?
Last night, that fish gutted. He hit me.
The Genesis is equipped with some of the heaviest gear of any trawler. Keeping it moving places strenuous physical demands on the crew. For 67-year-old Anthony, it's a daunting prospect.
You've got to think about it. He's well past it for being a fisherman.
You just feel a little bit inadequate, really. Got Ben pulling the rope there, which is very energetic. I'll leave that to him for the moment.
Boats that brave these treacherous fishing grounds, 100 miles from the Scottish mainland, can be rewarded by huge hauls of monkfish, ling or coley. But there are no guarantees. The net has been in the water for 5 hours. It's time to see if they've caught big.
They need to catch fish, and a lot of them, real fast. You start to wheel, the next one come in, is big, you get excited about it, just like they do.
The catch is brought on board bit by bit. It's a bumper haul and a good mix of fish.
That's a good catch.
Some coley. Quite a lot of megrams in there, I would say, looking at that.
Yeah.
I would like to see a bit more monkfish, because that's where the money's
that's where
at.
the money is.
Okay, guys, pull out the code end. Woohoo!
41-year-old Shane is the one celebrity who's begun to impress Alan. He's been shadowing first mate Jamie to pick up critical skills like tying the all-important cod end knot, which keeps the bottom of the net closed.
If it's not tied right, there's a big hole in the bottom, fish will get out, and the skipper will be going off his head.
Pretty much one of the most important jobs then is to tie that up straight away.
Tie it up straight away and get shot away. And then you'll be saying, the Hartley will be going for 5 hours to see if it comes up tight right or not. No pressure.
No pressure.
Want to try it?
Yeah, I'll give it a go, yeah.
Basically, tying up your shoelaces but a fancy way. Practice makes perfect, eh?
Yes, sir.
Undaunted by Shane's flying start, Anthony has a strategy of his own: to stick to what he knows best.
If I can't do something on deck, then there's the galley. I know a good meal when you're wet or you're tired or you're cold or whatever, a good meal lifts people's spirits.
Delicious, boss.
Thank you very much. There we go.
Feel like it did you any good?
I was just getting the seasickness tablets. Get me through the gutting room.
As soon as the catch is hauled in, the fish has to be gutted, ready to be packed on ice. It's one task no one would choose, and no one can escape.
Time, gentlemen, please.
All of the crew has to join in, with no exceptions. For Ben, it's been hard to stomach.
I absolutely hated gutting those fish sometimes. I did. You know, there was some fish just flapping around and it eyeballs you sometimes, you know. You get that eyeball just saying, oh, I've got to stick a knife in this thing.
It's a big catch, and Ben faces hours of gutting. But halfway through, he's about to be thrown a lifeline. Skipper Alan wants to give him a try at a different job.
How you feeling, you fine?
I'm better now. I'm feeling good.
I've got a job for you.
Yes, what is
I think
it?
you do your thing. Down in the fish room.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lifting baskets, sparking fish, weighing
Yeah,
fish.
let's do it.
Ben's been sent to the fish room, deep in the belly of the boat, reached by a 15-foot ladder. This giant cold store is where the fish are packed on ice. Down here, speed and efficiency is essential to keep the fish in prime condition, ready for market when the boat reaches land.
I didn't think flying fish existed, but they fly everywhere in here. Well, you know, it wouldn't pass as your head going up to a box.
Boxes weigh 50 kilos, so packing and stacking them demands serious muscle, and rugby-star Ben has plenty.
You can imagine Ben with an axe. He's just a demon. He was just breaking ice and filling baskets, and he was in his glory in the fish room.
I felt that I could have some real progress down there. I could at least get the ice and fill the trays up, help with the fish. That was a little bit more me.
Ben, that fish not packed yet.
Don't you start.
Anthony had shown his strength through his cooking. Shane had through his enthusiasm. This was Ben's chance to shine, and he did.
I think we're all starting to pick up and all starting to get on top of things. I'm not saying that ain't going to change right back to day one, but in a minute it's pretty good.
3 celebrities have been thrown into Britain's toughest job, working as trawlermen in the North Atlantic.
Wiggy, 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 it's Rice and Shane.
100 miles from mainland Scotland, the race is on to catch the 1,000 boxes of fish that would guarantee a healthy profit. The crew scramble on deck to haul nets every 5 hours. But today, there's a more urgent problem. The boat's one and only toilet is blocked.
It's a bit desperate without his loo.
Ah, the block toilet. Aye.
Okay, well. Right, full.
Okay. You big shit.
Right, try again, on and off. Fucking well, I'm totally choked, eh?
Suspicion has fallen on the boat's newest recruits, the celebrities. But which one?
Who blocked the toilet? I don't know. It didn't block itself.
I don't really know who was to actually blame for it. I know there's rumours, and it wasn't to do with me.
Do you know what I reckon it could be? Baby wipes.
Baby, aye, that'll be it, aye. Who's been using them?
We've got a stat load of baby wipes.
I'll bet that's where it is, it'll be baby wipes.
I put some down earlier on. I don't think it's just that, though. It can't be just me.
No,
Who said it was me? Did you know enough? Never, ever do you get someone owning up to doing anything on a fishing boat. Ever. Ben! You blocked the toilet!
Firstly, I don't even think that was me.
The whole toilet's got to come off now, I think, so...
I can't fucking believe I blocked the toilet, if it's me. But I'll take responsibility.
Celebrity arses.
Pardon?
Oh my days. I mean, what? That was a troubled time.
This toilet's got to come out. But if they blocked it, they'll clear it.
It's noon, and time for the second haul of the day.
Come on in, Jamie, let's get some fish.
Time waits for no man. Those big cables, those drums, they're turning, those fish are coming to the top. There's no stalling.
With 300 boxes caught so far, the Genesis is already behind her target. And the pressure to catch up is weighing heavy on the entire crew. The boat only pays its crew if they catch enough to make a profit. And right now, that's looking doubtful.
we're coming fast again, mate. The net's come stuck in the bottom again here just now. It's the second time.
But this haul is not going well.
If you get off that poor start, it's always in the back of your mind that whatever happens during that trip, you have got to pay for your bills. And then what's left at the end, your crew gets a share of. So the longer it goes on, the more the pressure builds. There's a good chance the net could be torn here. We're going to haul everything aboard again and see if there's fish in it. Worst case scenario, you could lose the whole lot.
We're reversing. Oh. Obviously just to get the nets nearer the boat, I suppose.
There's a lot of moving parts to this boat. And I tell you what, you'll be easy losing, if not your life, a limb for sure.
The snag net has to be hauled in much earlier than planned.
Hey! Looks okay if you wing. Spaghetti. Looks alright.
But when every fish counts,
Come here, you little rat.
even 30 boxes is better than nothing.
Got my glasses up.
As soon as this haul is in, the net must be shot straight back out again, meaning the cod end knot at the bottom must be retied promptly. And Shane's recent practice attempts at this vital job haven't gone unnoticed.
Shane, I'd like to give you a crack at tying the cod end.
Yes, sir.
If that cod end opens, then it's an absolute disaster for everybody.
Even when my guys are tying the knot, I'm looking over their shoulder. And I'll often say, no, that's not good enough.
I damn Skippy made sure I wasn't going to get that wrong.
Same? Yeah.
There's a bit of pressure there, not going to lie.
Sheepers, you know what you're doing. He's good. Aye, yeah, spot on. I'm impressed. For a first time, that's really good.
The success of the next haul now rests entirely on Shane's knot. But he'll have to wait 5 hours to see if it's worked. It's midday on day 4. After working all night, the celebrities got to bed just 2 hours ago.
Rise and shine. Way to shoot.
But their mid-morning nap is cut short.
Do you know what this is like, lads? I can only imagine this is like breastfeeding. You know that? The poor girls, they just fall asleep and they cry at the baby and away they go. Get the tit out. Just like breastfeeding, right? Get the tit out, lads. Tit out, lads. We have the gathering of the birds.
They just know, don't they?
Rumour has it that the more birds are there, the bigger the haul. The less birds, the less the haul. Looking all right out there in a minute.
I want to learn some of the names. There's some beautiful ones there.
The names? That's Martin. That's Peter. Name what you like.
This will be the 7th haul of the trip. By now, Alan would expect his crew to get to work unsupervised.
Ben, we'll see. He's been hauling back the rope off the winch. But I want to see if he's going to do it without being told. I shouldn't have to go around telling the guys what to do, so I'm starting to look for them taking their own initiative to do things without being told to do it. Go on, big man.
This haul is a moment of truth for Shane. His cod end knot is taking the strain of the entire catch.
Shane?
Yes, sir.
It was a good knot. And Ben, he went right to the position for hauling the rope down, so it's good. They're becoming part of the team, I'm getting that feeling.
It's the celebrity's best catch of the entire trip. Better still, the net's bursting with monkfish, one of the most highly priced fish in the North Atlantic.
This one. That's a monster, isn't it?
Monkfish is prized by chefs for its lobster-like tail meat.
Mind to start me for a pick? 40-kilo boxes then.
The Genesis targets them by towing the nets across the ocean floor. But they can't control what swims into the net. And there's one fish they never want to catch: cod. Strict quotas to prevent overfishing mean they can't keep them, so a haul of cod in these waters is just a waste of time. But they can never have enough monkfish.
Bloody hell.
That's a 35-kilo monk.
Yeah.
Maybe more. That'll be forgetting later.
Finally, something is going right on the Celebrity voyage. And below decks, an end is in sight in the mystery of the blocked toilet.
We had to take the whole toilet off and strip it inside the toilet. The person that did block it was coming under a lot of pressure from everybody else.
Nothing at the moment.
Everybody's coming to the point where they're clenching their buttocks.
Baby wipes.
The evidence was there.
I'm the only one who's admitted that I've used baby wipes, but I just think some people are being a little bit quiet.
Thanks, guys. That's a good joke. Thank you, guys.
I don't think all fishermen would use baby wipes, but I do. But one at a time.
This toilet is now officially open! Yeah!
It's easy to drop the smile, but without the smile is misery, you know what I mean? Isn't Jamie?
What's that, Shane?
If you're not smiling, it's misery.
Oh no, you just keep your head up, carry on.
That's it.
80% of the fish that the UK eats comes from just 5 species, but the Genesis catches dozens of different varieties, many of them sold abroad.
What's going on here, boys?
Telling the fish apart is a vital part of a trawlerman's job. So Skipper Alan decides to see what the celebs have learned.
Okay, guys, I want you to identify this fish.
That's a redfish, and they're really easy to gut. You just have to stick them, that's it.
Aye, they're a doodle.
Why are we catching more of those?
This one's a funny guy.
Oh, it's out of bearded something.
You're right.
Yeah. Right.
Fork beard.
Yeah.
You won't hear many people ever eating a fork beard. They're lovely, aye. They're really, really nice. This one.
That is a catfish.
Right.
Cleanest fish in the ocean, that one.
Is it?
Huh?
Yes.
Only eat shells.
Yes.
You're telling me something now, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, listen to Jamie.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks for the lesson.
Oh, you did well, sir.
Yeah.
You did well.
Ben and Shane aren't the only ones starting to crack Skipper Alan's tough exterior.
Oh, the smell. It's just the smell. Yeah, it's good. Amazing.
Alan was coming down to eat his dinner every night, made by the hands of Anthony Worral-thompson, and he was just over the moon.
Oh, wow, look at that.
He reminded me on a mother hen, looking after her chicks, because everything was on the plate and handed into my hand.
Wow. Beautiful. Anthony's got tomato sauce with his squid.
Listen, the customer's always right, except when he's wrong, yeah?
very, very far from my squid.
If I had to pick one to take away at this point, it's pretty easy. I love my grub, so Andy would be my choice right now.
The shipping forecast.
It's 1 a.m. on day 5.
There are warnings of gales in Rockall, Hebrides, Bailey, Faroes and southeast Iceland.
They're now issuing a gale warning for this area.
Occasionally gale 8, except in Shannon and Malin.
Up as high as gale force 8.
Drizzle and fog patches, then rain, occasionally very poor at first and then poor later.
Force 8 is when strong winds become known as a gale. The Celebrity crew are in for a taste of how tough a fisherman's life can get.
I would like him to appreciate how hard it is to catch fish. To sit down in a restaurant and saying, look, I know what it takes to get that on your plate.
After 5 days at sea, the relentless cycle of work and very little sleep is starting to take its toll.
Even a simple knot in your trousers becomes epic.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I got my glasses now.
Let's go.
This is the exhausted Celebrity's 12th haul of the trip. So far, they've only hauled the nets in daylight, but now they'll be working on deck at night. It's their biggest challenge yet.
I couldn't tell you what day it is, actually. I can tell you what night it is, and it's tonight. That's what night it is. It's tonight, and it's dark out there, yeah?
You've maybe had an hour's sleep. Boom. Couple of minutes, you're on the deck. Where am I? What am I doing? This is moving, that's moving, the net's going up. So you've got to keep your wits about you.
The ship itself is a bloody dangerous place. Start there. Then add some darkness. Everything became a little bit more obvious that this is a crazy place to be.
That's us. Good to go again, Shane. Raring to go, this man. Raring to go. Think you come away and do this as a living?
It's a hard living, boy.
I think you've got the capabilities to tell you the truth.
There's something quite amazing about it. Like, there's only one little moment, which is the hardest moment, and that's, right, boys, let's go, when you're lying in your bed.
You feel like a dead dog. Wakey, wakey.
Wakey, wakey, oh man, just getting in from a good dream.
Where am I? The reality sets in, you're on a trawler, eh?
That's right, you're on a trawler, kid. Get up and get ready.
Deep sea fishing can often turn up the unexpected, and as the net emerges, this midnight haul reveals something extraordinary.
There's a shark in his bag. He's living.
What is?
A shark.
Fuck off.
Oh, listen, come on.
You're joking.
I knew it. Ben, I'm not joking, there's a shark.
No way.
Every now and again you might haul with a shark. It can't be avoided.
No. Oh, slack.
Watch yourself, Andre. Come away from there, please.
Slack.
He's in there. He's there.
Stand back. You won't find me in there with a shark. Having a laugh.
Holy
Shit. Now that's a shark, Mike.
My first reaction is get this thing over the side as soon as possible.
He's still alive.
What shark is it?
Basket shark. He plunged into it.
Keep out of the way, Andre. You're too close to that if it breaks.
Away. He looked like he was in good nick. That was slapping the water to liven them up.
Yeah, it was smacking.
Whatever he thought about it. They're chilling out there now. That slap of the water. Away he went, down to the bottom of the ocean again. To have some more krill. Let's cut some fish. Ow!
On a fishing boat, water for washing is in short supply. Showers are strictly rationed. After 5 days at sea, Anthony is looking forward to his first of the trip.
It's shower day today. It's only a week. God, my skin is starting to rot on my bones. Fresh fish doesn't smell. That's one thing. Unfortunately, human beings do. Especially when they only maybe get one shower a week. I have 2 a day most days. Our time. So exciting. So like a little... Oh, is there someone in there now? Ah, I missed my slot. Bastards.
Anyway, you wait 2-3 minutes because it's stinking.
Listen, with all the fish on board here, I don't give a shit. I'm usually pretty quick with showers. What do we get? 1 a week, so it might take a little longer. Bye.
If you try and have a shower where you're getting thrown from one side of the shower to the other, and you have to lock yourself in with your feet either side, it was terrible.
Hello, Chef.
Hello.
Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling $10. I'm feeling like $10.
You'll feel much better after you.
I just smell like fresh fish now instead of rotten fish.
Almost halfway into the trip, Anthony is the only crew member not to have worked in the fish room, a deep bunker reached by lowering yourself onto a precarious ladder. At 67, he's well past the age of a typical fisherman, but packing and stacking is part of the job, and if he's going to cut it as crew, he'll have to join in.
I'll go down. I just think there's only room for 2 there, and the other end is the real heavyweight where you want butch people like Ben, I think. In the barrier, there's just no room. I'd go down tomorrow, or now.
He didn't like people thinking he wasn't capable of anything.
I'm going down some freezing hole, dark hole of Calcutta.
It was his turn to go down and show him that, yes, he can achieve.
Come on, get on with the fucking thing. Let's go. It's like any other bloody freezer. It's cold. What do we do with this?
It surprised me that Anthony did go down.
You'll have to show me the ropes, huh?
I think Anthony was happy in the galley and he maybe didn't want to be told to go into the fish room. But I was going to make him go down anyway at some point.
Come on, keep going, don't worry, don't shirk. Get on with it.
Put your feet out front there.
I never was any good at skating. I'm understanding that, aren't I?
That's it, you're on it, that's it, perfect.
How you doing there, Chef?
Piece of cake, darling.
Oh, good stuff.
I think it empowered him in many ways, and he decided, to let loose a little bit.
Hey, Captain. If I'm old enough to be your dad, go upstairs and put some clothes on. You'll catch a dare. Come on, give me some select manfish.
Okay, I'll leave you professionals to it, okay?
Bye, Captain. Back to your cup of tea.
As the Genesis scours the depths of the Atlantic day and night, the Celebs have been surviving on just a few snatched hours of sleep between grueling shifts.
Where and go, Shane?
There's no sleep. No sleep at all. No sleeps. Sleeping in head.
I'm in a happy mood today.
For the celebrities, it's been another very short night in bed.
We were high as a kite and felt really drunk on delirium.
I got a mouth like the bottom of a baby's pram.
Lack of sleep can have extreme effects on the human brain, including euphoria and symptoms similar to being drunk. It's a dangerous state on a 360-ton trawler.
In the right way is a good idea.
Sleep deprivation.
You know that.
It's amazing when you're tired, every little space seems comfortable. Like this is perfectly fine to lay on.
How you feeling, Shane?
On top of the world!
I think you've been away too long, my friend.
Everyone's fucking delirious this morning.
Are you boys ready to shoot? Tigers done his big shit all day long.
Alan's not paying attention up there. We were ready 10 minutes ago.
Genesis is now over halfway through her voyage. So far, she's got less than 400 of her 1,000 box target. And as she shoots the nets for the 13th time, her luck doesn't seem to be changing.
There's the gaffer.
Hiya, boss.
Hiya, Paul. How you doing?
Yeah, okay, good.
Got a bit of bad news. The weather's changing. It's up to gale force 8. With this in mind... Ben, with this in mind, just be a bit more serious. Okay. Just be a bit more careful, a bit more alert what's going around about you.
You got to think of this like a drink, like a martini.
We're gonna be like martinis, all right? Getting shaken around this Genesis.
Shaken, not stirred.
Fishing in a storm comes with new dangers. In the race to do what they can before the storm hits, it's all hands on deck, with no exception.
It would have been easy for me to sit back and say, no, don't get them involved in that, don't get them involved with that. But I wanted them to experience the real weight of what it is to do the job.
For the first time, the celebrities are allowed to tackle the high-tension chains that connect up to the fishing gear below deck. If these snap in a storm, the nets can be lost. It's dangerous and risky work.
If that chain hits you, it could break a bone.
Creep it up, every little step at a time, to the next level of the danger of this whole operation. Yeah, man. No joking there.
Yeah, go and lift this. Throw this here this way. Right, my man.
When they do ask you at some point to come over, lift that up, throw it there, knock that in, you kind of feel your worth all of a sudden.
I ain't got a clue what that was. All of those I could lift something heavy.
The Genesis crew are under pressure to bring in a good catch before the bad weather hits. So far, they've caught a good mix of deep-sea fish and avoided cod, which is restricted. But every new haul is a new roll of the dice. This catch is almost all cod.
What's that? Falling apart with maybe too much cod, isn't it?
A lot of cod there.
Cod is subject to tight controls after stocks collapsed in the 80s and 90s. Rules vary according to sea area. In this location, Skipper Allen can keep hardly any cod.
If I haul with cod I can't keep, it's just a wasted haul. It's just been 5 hours wasted, complete waste of time.
There's no alternative but to throw the cod back in the sea. A harsh blow for the Celebs.
Such a shame, man. This is perfectly good cod.
The cod restrictions are really difficult to work with, but I'm used to this. Something I have to work with it for a long, long time now. So, hey-ho, let's get on with it.
They're dead. You know, they're perfectly edible, but we're going to throw them back in the water to sink to the bottom and just rot away.
Cod after cod after cod. Something has to be done about it. It's a bloody joke.
Load of bollocks is what it is.
Load of bollocks. Look. We should be eating that. That piece of fish there is probably best part of 50, 60 quid.
Allez, coming back up in there. There's loads on the floor there.
There's so much cod, it even blocks the waste chute.
Oh, that was a fuck of a night, I tell you. Fucking cod. Fucking cod.
The Genesis is now 100 boxes behind on its target. With bad weather closing in, the Celebrity voyage could already be doomed. Three celebrities are 1 week into their voyage as crewmen on a trawler. After technical hitches and falling foul of quotas, they're way behind their target of 1,000 boxes of fish. With a storm forecast, the race is on to shoot out the nets for one last haul before it's too late.
The bit about this job I don't like is not knowing enough. is me standing in these boots is not knowing enough. I want to do every job. I want to even drive the boat. I want to learn those instruments. I want to know what every lever does, and I want to pull them. If I didn't have a family, genuinely, this is something I think I'd love to do.
That's us just shooting away the nets again here. Hopefully we'll get another 2 in before this weather breaks away.
But they've barely begun, and there's already a problem.
Oh, it's locked up again. Locked up again.
The cables to the massive trawl door have become tangled.
It's just an absolute nightmare. Twice in one trip. And it's always on that starboard door.
Jimmy!
With the weather worsening by the minute, freeing the change is more critical and more dangerous than ever.
When there's something happening there, their facial expressions change. You know it's serious, and you think, I can't help, but I mean, I can only do a certain amount of things, except for, you're right, mate, you'll do anything I can do, let me know, and try and be supportive.
Bastard!
Alan, you're probably busy now. Is there anything I can do to help?
No, you're fine, man. Thanks for the offer.
It all sounds a bit dramatic. Want a cup of tea or anything?
That would be lovely.
You say just like, no sugar?
Wait, half sugar.
Just okay. Strong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, Paul.
I think at that point we realised part of being a crew was you had to kind of just find yourself doing something. If you're not doing something, something's not being done. It was real plain and simple. So we went down and we just started cutting fish.
Unknown to the crew, the celebrities have put themselves to work, gutting the fish from the most recent haul.
They've got to do their job. We can be all right here, left alone. We can hold the fort.
Right, well, that's it coming up, okay?
Is everything clear? Are we good to go?
Aye, we're good. We're all good again.
Aye, okay, go for it.
Shit happens, eh? Once it's sorted.
But as soon as the crew have solved one problem, they're faced with another.
It's almost like we've picked up something in one of the nets. This side's hanging out 10 fathoms. No, boys, we're fast. We're fast to the port side.
The sea is rougher than ever. In conditions like this, these are the jobs trawlermen dread.
Glad we could help us this week with perhaps neighbours.
They must haul in the nets and untangle the chains and cables. Get it wrong, and they could lose the lot.
Okay, Jimmy! Boys! Up here! Up here! You forget it, up there! Up here! Forget it! Fuck's sake.
We want to keep the process going to, at least they can get a bit of a rest in between. Slack away up! Slack!
Here we made ones up here. We ain't got no plane to catch. We ain't got a bus to catch. We ain't even got a movie ticket. We got plenty of the good fellas though. Plenty of the monks. It's all right. On us. Pull her up. You bastard. The wire high in the heat. You bastard. It's a fucking joke.
There's a crisis upstairs, but we're okay. Broke one bottle of soy sauce, as you would expect. Well, you might not expect, but when you're cooking in a sort of roller coaster, it's quite tricky to maintain everything, you know.
That's it. Yeah, it's looking good.
The problem is finally fixed.
Okay, that's us shooting away again.
But the run of bad luck has shaken the skipper, who's gone from doubting the celebrities to doubting himself.
It's really beginning to annoy me now.
I thought the celebrities were going to be the problem. It's maybe me, it's the problem. End of the day, we don't hit the target. It's down to me, really.
How you feeling, Philip?
Getting grey hairs. It's too much stress. Good job.
Shane and Ben did the gutting for them that day, and then I went off and cooked. And I thought, yeah, we can be useful if we just put our mind to it.
The crew break for dinner, expecting that they'll soon have to start gutting the fish. But they have no idea that the celebs have got it all taken care of.
Come and get it!
Oh, that looks absolutely divine.
Looking good.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
2 courses a night, Jimmy.
2 courses a night.
Well, I was going to put this as a sauce with a halibut, but it's on a plate. It's going to go all over the shop. So have that first, and then you have your halibut.
That's beautiful, that.
Beautiful, man.
That's lovely out on the Hunkston.
Remember you've got halibut as well?
I'll eat the supper.
Okay.
Let all that down for the supper, then I'll get mine after.
You had one little thing that you were looking forward to, and that was some amazing food, regardless of what went wrong. The first spoon that went in your mouth, you knew was going to be delicious.
A cold beer with this would just be magic. It would be perfect, wouldn't it? I mean, you couldn't pay for that, could you?
Ben and Shane have gutted an entire haul of 31 boxes on their own.
Oh, the fish was gutted. I couldn't have believed it.
That they one box for 15 a month?
They got that.
Really?
Aye.
Seriously?
Aye. Honestly.
You got them all?
Why are you guys having trouble up there? It sort of made sense.
Oh, yeah, man. Keep her lit, you know.
You boys are showing off now.
Showing respect. That's all they were doing.
For us, that was the time that we felt that we were accepted into the team. And that really felt important.
That's really good. That's really good. Oh, it really is.
I think it was a nice moment for us all to realise that chipping in is the most important thing on that boat. They're up there doing what they can do. Let us go down and do it the little bit we can do. And then we all, once you work together as any team, then it becomes a better place to be.
31 boxes the guys got it while we were farting about with the troll doing the clump.
Normally you've that mess to work with, and then you just go and start working the fish. So for you guys to do that, that's brilliant for us.
That's what we've done.
Brilliant.
I knew those guys were stepping up the mark at that point. Yeah.
Andy, I don't care if you've got any fish, as long as you cook food like this. You're welcome back anytime.
Next time, as seas get angry,
Got some bad news for you, boy. There's a storm on its way.
It's a nightmare tonight.
sleep-deprived celebrities go crazy.
Borderline torture.
We just need to change that completely.